So, if you'd like to tell me the story you were...
Told you about before, okay. When I was visiting one institution, an orphanage last year, I was doing a resettlement program there. The one day, an orphan tourism kind of group came in. They were young American girls, probably kind of late teens, early 20s. So they were all there taking their pictures and having their poses, you know, with the orphan. And I ended up chatting to the one girl because I overheard her talking about the orphans to another girl in the party. And I said to her, do you realise that none of these children are orphans? And she just looked at me with this kind of blank look. And I said, seriously, none of these children are orphans. There's 30 here. All of them have either got extended family that they're not with because of miscarriage of justice or extreme poverty, or some of them have been taken because of abuse or whatever. But there's, seriously, I've been through every single file and none of them are orphans. She could not accept it. Her eyes glazed over and I was like, hello, hello, can you hear me? And she just could not accept that. She ended up wandering off like in a daze. She could not have that paradigm shift to what I've always believed, that all of these kids are orphans in orphanages. She couldn't go from there to actually, maybe what I've always been told is the truth isn't the truth, and I need to go into a different parallel reality, which is that I told you the reasons why these kids are in there. But it was just really interesting to just see them as well, kind of pick up the kids, have the photograph, love on them so intensely, shower them with love so intensely, and then go. Just like a puff of smoke. And for a child, all children obviously need to be adored and loved by their parents. They need to feel that they are the apple of their parents' eye. To have that for a few hours and then just be gone, and then another group come in a week later and do the same, and then they're gone, and another group, and then they're gone. I mean, we would never allow it with our own kids, you know. I wouldn't allow strangers to come into my home, love on my kids intensely for a few hours, give them toys, give them sweets, give them chocolates, then go, strangers, and then another group come. I mean, we would never allow it because we protect our children. So why don't we protect children like that in institutions? Don't African children deserve to be protected like we would protect our own children? And that's the problem. They're not seen as children. They're just seen as a collective. They don't see children individually. It's just a collective. It's this whole mass of kids, and we just treat them all, always, like a herd, the same. Which is why also they don't work, because as we know, every child is different. I mean, my 3 kids, they're all different in every way. And I parent their individual needs, what they individually need as a child. Well, who can do that in an orphanage with 30 different kids, all traumatized?
Oh, sorry, what?
All trauma, they're all trauma, they're all traumatized. You know, the children are traumatized, they're all needing, they're all very needy children, needing so much more than a child who's had a good enough upbringing. Who is there? It's just these groups that come, love on them intensely and leave. So what does that show? If somebody loves you, they'll leave you. I mean, kids pick up so many unsaid messages from these orphanage tourists that come. One thing that my son picked up a lot is the white man and the white woman is giving and generous and can be trusted, and the black man and woman can't, because the white people come and give us presents, and the white people come and give us sodas, and the white people come and give us samosas and hold us and love us. Why don't the Ugandans come? Because they don't need to go and ask and recruit Ugandans to come, because they got the white people coming all the time. Because actually, if you went to the local churches and you said, or the local whatever, students or whatever, these kids need to be regularly visited. Could you as a student commit to come once a week for a year, or once a week for your 3 years actually while you're studying in Makerere or wherever you're studying? That would be so much more beneficial to the children to have an ongoing relationship with a Ugandan man or woman as a role model than these white people who are coming over, who go in a puff of smoke.